Hey, how is everybody doing? Glad to have you back. We are doing the last installment of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I'm so sorry for the gap in time to connect these three videos. As life has it, life is crazy. And as in life, we do what we can. So thanks for joining me, though. Thanks for coming back. And if you've been curious to know what the ugly looks like, I'm going to tell you what it looks like right now. So buckle in because it's going to be a wild ride that if you're watching this, and if you are struggling through addiction or mental health issues, you've probably already experienced this or are going through it. But let me tell you something, the ugly, oh, it's ugly. Just because I'm in a good mood and I look like this doesn't mean that I hadn't went through the ugliness. So let's go ahead, let's get started and let's get real about it. Self-destruction, that's going to be the first thing, right? When we're trapped and we're in our feelings and it's drug induced, or if we're trapped in our mind, first things that start to go, we start to treat ourselves very, very poorly, very badly. Our physical appearances, we don't care. Sometimes we don't even wake up and get dressed. Our hygiene goes down the drain. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't care what we look like. We don't care about an image. We don't care about a vision or how we see ourselves. Physical, it's, what we should be putting in our body, we're not. Maybe we're just putting that thing, that substance in there, and the things it does to your diet and your health just makes it degrade. Those are all parts of self-destruction. I mean, when you're sitting in your feelings, and if you're sad, lost, depressed, and scared, the best thing you can do, we know what to do, but how do we get there? You know what I'm saying? So it's really easy just to go to, hey, there's no hope left for me. I don't care anymore. So let's just self-destruct, which is funny because yesterday's word was destruction. So let's not self-destruct if anybody follows the morning and midday motivation. So self-destruction is very real. That is definitely a part that everybody that's suffering from mental health, like serious mental health issues or serious addiction, you're going to go through self-destruction. Or just even lifestyle. It happens. It's real. It's as real as it gets. I went through that. Next, having no direction. If you don't know which way is up or which way is down, and you've sat and you pondered and you thought and just nothing seems to click, nothing's going your way, you don't know what you want to do, anything that you should do, you're scared of, or you talk yourself out of it, you have no direction. Where are you going, right? It's like, well, I need to do this, I should do this, but you just came from being self-destructive, or you're still in there and you just don't know which way to go because you want to go up, right? You want everything to just mysteriously work itself out. But in the real world and in real life, it doesn't happen like that. The reality is that you're going to be lost until you do the things that you should be doing and the things that you need to do, whether you're scared or whether you don't like it, whether it seems like hard work or not. You have to take the leap of faith to take that step and trust that it's going to get you some direction so you can find out where to go. But that is part of the ugly. It's ugly. You ever see people driving on the street lost, or driving on the freeway and you're behind them? Isn't that the most frustrating thing, right? Or have you yourself been lost? Isn't that the most frustrating thing? Not knowing where you're going? Well, guess what? In the ugly, it's exactly like that. Because you want better for yourself. You really do. Even if you're you're self-destructive and you're at a loss of directions, you still want the best for yourself, right? Nobody likes the way they feel when they're down and out like that, right? But where do you go? How do you get there? What comes next? You lose yourself, right? What do I mean by losing yourself? Like, you lose your interests, the stuff that you used to like to do, the things that you stood by, that if you were going to describe yourself, you would add those in. That's part of yourself. Like, when you look in the mirror, physically look in the mirror, or if you make videos and you look in the camera, you won't even recognize yourself, or you'll come in the forum and you make comments like, oh, yeah, look at that, I haven't shaved, or I'm losing myself, or whatever, if it's a physical appearance, right? Like, you're not brushing your teeth maybe, or you're not cleaning your ears, you're not taking showers. Like, you don't care. You lost yourself, right? That's what the mental health and that's what the addiction is going to do. You're not going to recognize yourself. You're already out of your mind. So, or you're trapped in it. Either way, you're not going to recognize yourself. You're not even going to know yourself. The things that you used to get joy out of, the things that used to make you happy and smile, that no longer do it. That's not you. That's not the real you. Those are the things that you grew up knowing to love, the things that were close to you, part of your foundation, your values, your morals, your beliefs, you know? And if that's not sparking a feeling or emotion out of you, you have lost yourself. And in the ugly, trust me, that is what's happening. That happened to me. That's going to happen. You know, it gets worse. If you didn't think that those first three things that I named are bad, then comes to loss of life. I mean, for me, I got carted out of my living room, you know, by the paramedics and brought to Valley Medical, to the ER. You know, I had 2 feet in the grave, 2 feet in the coffin. You know what I'm saying? They might as well have put me in there, you know, if I didn't have that moment of clarity. It's as real as it gets, you know. Right there, you know, you went through all the stages. And there's only one way. Like, there's no view or scenario where you're gonna hold your addiction or hold your severe mental health issues and gone untreated. Fast forward to the future, you're going to be in a winner circle. It doesn't happen like that. The drugs and untreated mental health issues will always win. They're always going to win, and they will take your life. Period. You don't get to have that both ways. You don't get to lead the life that you want to live and have these untreated issues. It doesn't work like that. Something always gives. And what's going to give is the human being inside of you. I am dead serious. I mean, you probably have friends or family members that have already lost their lives to either drugs, alcohol, or addiction, or mental health. If you don't, you probably know somebody. And if still you don't, that was me. Everything I've named, this whole series of the good, the bad, the ugly, is things that I have experienced. And I'm not talking about years ago. I'm talking within a matter of months. I'm almost approaching my 6 months. All of this I've experienced has been in 6 months. Now, yes, it was a long time building up, but still, I came to the end of where the drugs, alcohol, and my mental health started to get the better. And yes, I was halfway in the coffin. This is real. I'm not making this up. I'm not lying. This is not out of a book. This is what I personally experienced. And that's why I'm here on the Passion Project, sharing this with you. For anybody going through this, or for anybody that knows somebody going through this, at the end of it all, if you continue to roll like that, you're going to die. You're going to die. And I promise you that. You're going to, because one, we all die anyways, but when you're off of substance or high-powered stuff, oh, it's going to come so much quicker and so much faster. And then if you look back on it when you're on your deathbed, like, oh, I thought I could do this for a lifetime, and you couldn't. The fondest memories you're going to have are going to be self-destructive, which is going to depress you, and then you're going to want to die. You're going to have no direction, which is also going to depress you further, and you're going to want to die. You're not even going to recognize yourself on the deathbed, so you're going to be like, let's go. And then when you lose your life, you're going to be like, damn, I spent the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years being in the ugly. And nobody wants to go out, right? Don't you want to be on your deathbed thinking about the good times you had, the good parts of life, right? But that's how serious this is. Gone untreated, this is very serious. Like, I will leave you with this statement, and the statement is, if you continue to run like this, if you don't reach out for help, if you don't get help, if you can't find it in yourself to get help, you will not win. I promise you that. You will not win. Now, there is hope, and the hope is that everything that you need, that you have left in your body, whatever it is that you need to do and should do that you don't want to do, that's the stuff that you need to do. That's the hope. The hope is that you're going to reach out, and you're going to reach out for help. That is the only way out of the bad and the ugly. Because otherwise, we're all going to be showing up to your memorial missing you. And we don't want to do that. Don't stand by and watch somebody kill themselves if you can help it. And if it's you that's going through it, dig deep inside of yourself and find the strength and the energy that it takes to reach out and get help. That's exactly what you need to do. Because otherwise, there's only one way this ends. Don't worry about jail and prison. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for some, that might be a blessing, but you can still get substance and you still go crazy when you're locked up. Plus, who wants to be locked up? That's not fun anyways. You will die. It's plain and simple. So I want y'all to think about that. If you know anybody, reach out, check on them, or encourage, because it comes from within. You can have a million people tell you, oh, you need to do this and do that. But the only way they're truly going to be successful is if they find it within themselves. So encourage them, try to trigger that inside them. Don't try to push them. You know what I'm saying? Time is of an essence when it comes to life or death, when we're talking about this. But try to get it to spark the flame underneath the butt to get them up and go get help. But I do have faith in everybody, because I went through this personally, and every day I'm still dealing with it. I will forever be an addict for the rest of my life. That does not define who I am, though, in front of you. But still, every day it's some kind of challenge, because it could be any time that I can relapse, or any time that I have a trigger, or any time that I black out, or whatever my mental issues are. You know what I'm saying? But I have a great support system. I've done the things to set myself up for success and not failure. And I have a great support team. So all you got to do is reach out. So that's going to conclude the good, the bad, the ugly. Again, I'm sorry for the inconsistency. This was really fun to make. You're going to see more of this through the Passion Project. Again, this is also part of me seeing my growth personally. And also trying to help people out, to realize, there's tons of normal people just like me, just like you, that are going through this or experiencing this. So as always, you can leave any questions in the comment. My email is up there. You can call me for those of you that know me. If you need help or need advice, or if you just need somebody to listen to, I'm like that. I got you. I love the world. Peace, love, and happiness to all. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be doing this. Best of luck to everybody. Stay safe. I have the utmost faith in all of you and strength. Take care. I love you, and see you later. Bye.